So my name is Lewis. I'm 34 years old. I recently got married in June. Not that you need to know that, but I thought I'd throw it in anyway. And I've been trading financial markets now for over 10 years, which makes me feel very, very old. Really does make me feel very, very old. And the journey I kind of went on when I was working in retail at the age of 24, I just knew that wasn't the way I wanted to live my life forever. So I looked at my boss and I looked at my boss's boss and I thought, you're not earning that much money and you've got a heck of a lot of stress. That's not what I want for me. And when I do look into my future, I saw kids, not that they've happened yet. So I decided that I was going to look for something else. And I discovered this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. Read that book and then found myself on a seminar that they would put on in London. It was in the Bloomsbury Hotel in Tottenham Court Road. And so I went there. Long story short, I ended up parting with half my annual salary on a credit card and on a personal loan, which was about 15.8% interest. I know, crazy, right? But led me to where I am now. So 7 months after being on that training, I left my job and started traveling the world. And I could see a future where when I have kids, I was going to be able to spend time with them, which was kind of my big goal. I always thought it was weird that we give the best of ourselves to a job and then the worst of us gets given to the people we actually love. And the people at our jobs don't really care about us that much, if they're honest. So yeah, that's why I always wanted to look for something different. And I was very, very thankful that I found trading. And it kind of just built from there over the years. I started teaching for Rich Dad Education and was one of their mentors around the world.
Did you meet the man himself?
I met
Robert?
the man himself.
What's he like?
Yeah. He's actually quite a nice guy. He's actually very polite.
Yeah. He's
taller than you think he is. And yeah. I mean, it wasn't a long conversation, if I'm honest, but I did meet the man, and yeah, I was very impressed. Is maybe starstruck is the right word? I don't know.
He's done well, hasn't he?
He's done very well for himself. Yeah. That boy from Hawaii, done good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was that was actually in Cape Town. I was speaking on stage in Cape Town, and he was speaking there as well, and that's where I got to meet him backstage. Lovely man. Yeah.
So you replaced your income through trading?
Yes.
And then how did STARTrading come about?
So I'm going to step back for a second. So I didn't actually replace my income straight away. So I made enough income from my trading that I could leave my job. And then I continued to grow that income over time. I just was desperate to get out of the job. And what I actually advise most of my students now is wait a bit longer, because you can grow your account quicker. You've got more flexibility, more freedom, and it takes emotional pressure off of your trading. So roll on a few years from the point that I left my job to about 4 years ago now, I had this big idea that I had learned what I'd learned from Rich Dad Education. I'd developed my own trading style around that, which was simpler. It was actually quicker to implement as well, so it only takes about 30 minutes a day. And I wanted to teach other people that in a different way than I have been. For my own personal development, my own growth, I wanted to set my own company. It's always kind of been a dream of mine to do that, so I could impact people fully being myself and fully under my own steam. So that is kind of where STARTrading was built from. So originally it was just an ebook, which is still available. People can actually read that. I wrote that. It took me about 24 months to write that because I was writing it all around the world, and I wanted to write each chapter of the book in a different country. It was absolutely mad, and that's why it took quite so long. But it's full of just really, really helpful information and my journey and what you need to know to actually stay safe in financial markets, because we tend to help people who've never tried trading before. We do have students who've tried trading before and haven't made a success of it, and then they come to us and then they start being successful. So it was birthed very much out of the idea of just wanting to help other people, which has always been the core of me from being 16 years old. I realised that's what I wanted to do.
That is amazing. So how does STARTrading work? You've got a book, you've got a course.
Yeah, we've got a book, we've got free courses that we do. We've got really, I mean, people can invest anywhere 20,000 all the way down to £20 with us in terms of education, and obviously free with some of our masterclasses. We do 5-day challenges as well, which people can join, and then we do mentorships. So mentorships is what you've joined and started your journey, and that's really where we see people make the most progress in the quickest period of time.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I joined because I think if everyone hears about trading, everyone should want to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because you can make really good returns, you can make really good money, but there's this kind of credibility issue maybe, or a slight dodginess that people feel. And I think it's because you can lose loads of money, can't you?
Yeah, if you're doing it incorrectly, 100%. Yeah.
So the three main reasons I signed up with you was, one, trust and credibility, because like, you're not doing it to make yourself rich. You're trying to help other people learn new skills, aren't you?
Yeah.
And the second one was because you emphasised low risk. You were like, we literally risk 1% of our account. We're keeping it as low as possible.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. You can't lose.
Yeah.
You just can't lose.
Yeah.
And the third reason was compound interest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is just the best thing in the world.
The eighth wonder of the world, according to Einstein,
Yeah.
for very good reason.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah.